come on in. I pray that you had a beautiful day today. My day was pretty okay. No complaints. It was all right. No complaints. I'm just glad that I'm off, ready to relax, and we are going to be doing a what? We're doing a what? We're doing our read today. Come on in and read with me today. We are going to be doing the phone Bible app. The plan is going to be called 7 Fears That Hold Most Leaders Back. So I'm going to be right back. And then when I come back, we're going to go ahead and get started on this read, guys. Guys, I am back and we're going to go ahead and get started in that Bible plan called 7 Fears That Hold Most Leaders Back. And we're going to go ahead and read the devotional. Day 1. Fear of failure. Not wanting to fail is one of the most common fears among leaders. As a leader, you feel all criticism. Everything, including failure, is placed at your feet. Such fear can keep you from growing a church or moving a business forward. You fear if you start something new and it doesn't work, you'll be seen as a failure. The fear of failure is a common obstacle for the leader. It can prevent you from taking risks, trying new things, and making decisions. This fear can be especially strong for a pastor or business leader, where you will often be held accountable for the success or failure of the organization. The fear of failure can lead to several negative consequences for leaders, including inaction. You may become so afraid of failing that you avoid taking any risk at all. This can stifle innovation and prevent progress. You might find yourself micromanaging every aspect of your organization to avoid failure. This can and will lead to stress, burnout, and lack of trust among your team. And finally, perfectionism can drive you to set up unrealistic expectations for yourself and your team. This most often leads to frustration, disappointment, and a decrease in productivity. It is important for leaders to recognize the fear of failure and to develop strategies for overcoming it. Here are some helpful strategies for how to overcome the fear of failure. Number 1, remember that everyone fails. Even the most successful people in the world have failed at some point. Embrace failure as a natural part of the journey towards success. 2, reframe failure as a learning opportunity. See failure not at the end of the world, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. The last point, number 3, set realistic goals. It is one thing to have challenging goals. It's entirely different to create goals that are unachievable. Overcoming the fear of failure is not easy, but it is essential for the leader who wants to achieve his or her full potential. All right, guys, I pray that you liked that read today and that it was helpful to you as much as it was for me. And I know that me reading this plan or starting this plan is something that God wants me to read in regards to having fear in failure, or having fear and feeling like I'm going to fail and I'm not able to do what He has called me to do, not understanding what He has called me to do, not sure how to go about what He has called me to do, but trusting what God is instilling in us and developing in us, that ultimately, I mean, He's going to get the glory, so it's going to come out the way He wants it to anyway. I'm a perfectionist, so I like things to be, in order and a certain way, and it has to go this way, or I'm not going to want to do it, or I'm going to feel like I failed it. And sometimes, you have to go back to the board, go back in front of God and in your prayer, asking Him to redirect you, because sometimes you may have went on it, trying to do it your way instead of trying to do it God's way. But failing at something, or something looking like it has failed, doesn't necessarily mean you failed. It just means you need to try again, or you need to just do it differently. You know what I mean? So, but I want to leave this with you, Psalms 145 verse 14. So again, that's Psalms chapter 145 verse 14. I'm reading this in the NIV. The Lord upholds all who fall, and lifts up all who are bowed down. Our God watches over His people at all times. He allows us to fail at times in order to grow closer to Him. When we fail, we should remember Bible verses about failure. Show God is indeed still with us when we ask Him to be there. So I pray that again has helped you today. I want you to have a beautiful day. Continue to keep picking up your cross and moving forward. You matter. You're going to make it. You will make it. You are making it. God got you. Stay blessed. Bye, guys. Until our next read. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Bye, guys.